Hey fellow book lovers, welcome back to the Bibliovert channel. My name is Jacqueline, and for today's video, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling very good. Like, there's just a lot going on up here. And also, I'm kind of in a weird book mood. It's not a slump, it's just I feel kind of like meh about even wanting to read, even though there are so many books that I can't wait to get to. I don't know what it is. So I have decided that I'm going to reread some of my all-time favorite romances in the hope that maybe it'll, like, I don't know, revive me a little bit. I need some CPR. So these are the books that I'm going to read. I have reread all of these except for one, and I just love them. Like, they are some of my all-time favorites. I want to scream about them from the rooftops. The first one is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. I think this will be my third or fourth time reading this book. I absolutely love it. It is perfection. It's basically gender bent Pretty Woman, and this is just incredible. It has amazing autism rep. The way that Stella, our main character, grows in her confidence, and like just the way that it's beautiful. And Michael is one of the best love interests of all time. I love this book so much. If you haven't read it, please read it. It's fantastic. The next one, Allie and I were actually talking about this yesterday and saying that we think that this is one of Tessa Bailey's bests, and we are both feral for it. Again, this will at least be my third time reading it, if not my fourth, but it is My Killer Vacation. This book, so funny. Delectable spice. Just, I mean, like, all of it is perfect. It is, I would bark for this book. It is so good. And honestly, I'm really happy to be rereading it soon. Then we have Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. Again, third or fourth time reading this book. I love it so much. Set in England, fantastic banter, wonderful family, like so supportive and encouraging. Love the chronic illness representation. The writing is incredible. This whole series, the Brown Sister series, is truly one of my favorites of all time. And I won't be surprised if I read this one and then promptly read the other two. I just love them so much. And lastly, the only one that I haven't reread, I read this for the first time literally last month, and I think it's my new favorite, Ali Hazelwood. I love it so much. This one is not as funny as her other ones, but it is so beautiful and poignant, and like, I cry reading it. I just love it. I love Rue. I love Eli. The fact, like the backstory of Rue and why she wants to study food shelf stability. I just love this book. I just love it so much. And it's Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I love all of Ali's books. She can literally do no wrong in my eyes. So I also won't be surprised if I read this one and then immediately jump into Bride or Love Hypothesis, or quite frankly any of them, because they're just scrumdiddlyumptious, perfect, love. So I do have the potential for a few fantasy books. However, I'm not sure if I want to like commit to a series. I know I could just like pick up book 2 because I've like read it before, but we'll see. We'll see if that will be like if we're getting near like Code Red territory. I don't even know what Code Red is, but if we're getting in dangerous territory, like these aren't working, we might bring out some of the fantasy books. Okay, I think I'm going to start with My Killer Vacation because I love this book, and I don't mean this in like a bad way, but it's not as like character development like deep as the other ones. Like, we just have some like really beautiful growth in all three of these other ones. So I think I'm going to start with this one, and it's going to kind of like be the tip of the iceberg, and then we'll like get hit by these. Let's get reading. Okay, so I'm back, and a little bit of a spoiler alert. I did not read all 4 books. However, I do think that my potential on the brink of a book slump that has been erased. And while it was partially due to the books, it was also partially, and let's just like do a little asterisk and say 100% mostly due to this other thing that I will get to later. But the first book that I read was My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. This is just a wild ride, and I love it. It is quintessential Tessa, and is it ridiculous? Yeah, it's Tessa Bailey, but like so funny. I absolutely cackled. It has been several years since I've read either one of these books, and I just had such a great time. I, again, was just hysterically laughing 100% of the time reading this book. Were there a few things that I was like, yeah, yeah, but I saw past it. And so if you are just looking for an absolutely ridiculous, hilarious, what even is this, but like I cannot stop laughing time, please read this book. So much fun. The other book that I read was The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. Again, it has been several years since I have read this book, but I loved it. There was a lot that I didn't remember, but I just adore every single bit about this book. I love the autism representation. I love the characters that we have. I love the personal growth that both of them go through. I love the conflict that they have at the end and kind of the ways they come to terms with themselves individually. And I just think like literally every part of this book is just absolutely so good. And it's dual POV, and whenever we are in Michael's perspective, he is just so infatuated with Stella and is just like in awe of her, like jaw constantly on the ground. I feel like he's the definition of the like awooga eyes. Like that is Michael, and I love that for Stella. One of my favorite parts about this book is there is a third act breakup, and Stella thinks that Michael is breaking up with her because of her autism, and she kind of goes through this process of being like, okay, well, I'm going to overcome my diagnosis and I'm going to change it, and I'm just not going to have autism anymore, and I'm not going to let the seams on my clothes bother me. So she like rips out all of her French seams. She's like, the things that I need to do that are in order, I'm going to do them all out of order, and like then maybe Michael will want me back. And she gets to this point where she's like, what is the thing that makes me the most me? And it's her job. She loves her job. And so she's starting to type out a resignation letter because she's like, if I can give this up, then I can overcome it. And as she's typing it, she's like, no, why would I want to be with a man who doesn't like me for who I am? Like, who I am is good enough, period, full stop. Like there's no diagnosis that could ever change that. And for the record, Michael did not break up with her because of her autism diagnosis. And so obviously that is discussed later on. But I just love the way that Stella worked through that process on her own, that it wasn't her family, it wasn't her community, it wasn't her boyfriend who was telling her X, Y, and Z, that was something that she went through solely on her own. And I just think the way that it was written was so beautiful and so good. I guess this like technically kind of leads us slightly into something else, but one of the quotes from this book is that beta is love. And so we at the Bibliovert kind of changed it to B is love. And when Allie and a few of our other Bibliovert friends started getting the B tattoo, it was more of a beta than just a B. And so it just kind of has a bit of a longer tail. I promise it's gonna make sense. But it's kind of been funny because as we have done our Bibliovert meetups and things like that, more people have begun to get the Bibliovert B tattooed. I do not have any tattoos, but if I did have one, it would be the Bibliovert B. So kind of looping that all in together, this last weekend, a bunch of us all flew out to Denver to support one of our Bibliovert girls and her family. And it was just one of the most special weekends. And I am forever in awe that like books have brought people together, and people that are truly some of the most incredible, thoughtful, generous, loving, uplifting people and that I have ever met. A little bit of backstory: Nicole, one of our Bibliovert girls, is truly one of the most incredible people I have ever had the honor to meet. She loves people so fiercely, and she shows up for everyone and everything, and is just truly, it is an honor and a privilege to know her and to love her and to be loved by her, because she just is so special. If you have ever seen this quilt in the back of my videos, she made this and gave it to, she made one for Allie as well, the very first time we ever met in person. And she sent out every single one of these little books to all of our patrons from all over the world and had them write quotes and sign it. And then they mailed it back, and she put this all together in a quote. And if there was a house fire, this is what I'm saving. I love this so, so much. But she just adores people and loves people with her whole chest. And I just, again, I feel like I pinch myself every time I think like I get to know her. She's just so wonderful. But last January, Nicole's husband was in an accident. He was in a coma for several weeks, in the hospital for several months, and he has a traumatic brain injury, but he has made an incredible recovery. So this last weekend, there was a golf tournament fundraiser and celebration for Nicole and her family. We had Bibliovert girls who were local, like Rachel, and Whitney, who flew in from Virginia, Tiffany, who flew in from Pennsylvania, Amanda came in from Seattle, Allie from Houston, myself from Dallas, and then we had Riley, who flew from Australia, Sydney, Australia, to come and be there for this weekend. And it was just such a special weekend to, one, get to see Nicole's community and family surround her and uplift her and encourage and just pour love into her, but then also to get to be a part of her bookish friends and community and get to be there and support and love her. And it was just really, really, really sweet. And so I am forever, forever grateful that books in a little corner of the internet has brought me some of the most treasured friendships that I have ever had in my entire life. I never in a million years thought starting a podcast would lead me to being 31 years old and having the most fulfilled friendships and just be speechless that like I get to know these people, that we've traveled all over the world together, that we have spent weekends in a cabin just having reading retreats, and that people would fly from Australia to Denver for a golf tournament when only one of us has ever played golf before. But just to get to be a part of that, and it's just really special. So this weekend, so many of us flew in super, super late on Friday. We went to like a 9 a.m. showing of Superman, and we were the only ones in the theater, and we had so much fun laughing and being loud and crying. Just being ridiculous, and then getting to have dinner with Nicole and her family on Saturday night, and then go golfing on Sunday. Oh, and this is where the bee comes in. Can't believe I like did this whole explanation of it and then forgot about it. Tiffany hand stitched hats for the tournament, and she included the Bibliovert bee. This is what the tattoo looks like, and a little golf ball, and it kind of looks like the design and logo that they made for the golf tournament, but she made it Bibliovert style, and then she gave one to all of us. But all of that to say, I'm just really grateful, and I can't imagine where my life would be if I didn't have the friends that I have in my life and how richly blessed I feel. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about us, you can check us out over on Instagram at the Bibliovertpodcast. We also have a Patreon. We do monthly book buddy reads, 2 Patreon exclusive episodes a month. We have a chat that is filled with truly some of the most incredible people around the entire globe that I, again, am forever grateful that I get to know. We are also gearing up to do fantasy football this fall. It's going to be chaos, but I'm so excited about it. We have another YouTube channel called the Bibliovert Games, so if you are into kind of cozy gaming, then I definitely recommend checking that out as well. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sticking around and hanging out, but I hope you have a fantastic week. Happy reading, and I will see you next time.